Hi Year 1 and welcome to Thursday's guided reading session. This will be our last one on Cow Takes a Bow. And we're going to be focusing on our ability to comprehend. So let's start off with some of the words from last session. So can we read the first word? Let's sound it out together and then say the word together. A-R-O-U-N-D, around. S-O-U-N-D, sound. G-R-O-U-N-D, ground. So let's read them again one more time. Around, sound, ground. Now have a look at the sentence. See if you can decode any words that you need to, and then we're going to read it together. Am I the biggest fool in town? Have another try at reading that. Remember, it's got a question mark at the end, so we need to make it sound like a question. Am I the biggest fool in town? And you have one more go. Brilliant. So our next one then, I'm going to click and the words are going to appear. So you can say the words as they appear. Ground. How. Frown. Cow. Down. Around. Town. Now. Sound. Right, I'm going to click again, and this time I'm going to read each word as it flashes. Brilliant, well done. So for the main activity of today, it's some sequencing, thinking about the order something has happened in the story. Okay, so we're going to be choosing a part of the story. Towards the end of the story, we're going to be sequencing that. So we're going to reread through our story to make sure we're familiar with that story at the end that we will be sequencing. So let's have a go at reading it together. Her tricycle just spins around. Her trumpet makes a silly sound. Her juggling balls all hit the ground. Her hat flies off. Her pants fall down. Am I the biggest fool in town? It's all gone wrong. Brown cow flops down. Now she's the one who wears a frown. Okay, so the parts we're going to be sequencing today, we've got 4 sentences, and we've got to work out which of those sentences comes first in that part of the story, second, third and fourth. So let's read the 4 sentences we've got. So the first sentence, we've got her juggling balls hit the ground. Her hat flies off and pants fall down. Brown cow flops down. Her tricycle spins around and her trumpet makes a silly sound. So there are 4 sentences. So what we need to do first is we need to work out which one of those sentences do we read first in the extract we're looking at. So if we go back to that first page that we were looking at today, let's read what it says on here. So we've got her tricycle just spins around. Her trumpet makes a silly sound. So that's the first thing in the section that we're reading today. So let's see if we can find the sentence that matches that part there. So we've got the sentence at the bottom. Her tricycle spins around and her trumpet makes a silly sound. So this is the first part of our story today. So we've numbered it number 1. Now we need to find the second part. So we go back to the book. So this is the page that we've already done. This was part 1 of our sequencing. So let's look at the next page. Her juggling balls all hit the ground. Brown cow flops down, no. Her hat flies off, no. Her juggling balls hit the ground. So we've got our second one there. So we've got the first sentence and then our second sentence. So now we've got our first and second, we now need to work out which is our third sentence. You may already have an idea which one it is, but it's really important that we use the text to check our working out. So the next page after that is her hat flies off, her pants fall down. Am I the biggest fool in town? We've got her hat coming off and her pants falling down and her feeling a fool. So which sentence have we got then? Yep, so we've got it here, haven't we? Her hat flies off and pants fall down. It doesn't actually mention about her feeling a fool. And if we look at our next one there then, we should assume that this would be our fourth one, but it's really important that we do check that it is in our text and it's not just being put in there to trick us. It's all gone wrong. Brown cow flops down. Now she's the one who wears a frown. And if we remember when we looked at the last sentence, it was brown cow flops down, which is what happens on that fourth one. So we've sequenced them, we've given them a number. So the first part sentence is her tricycle spins around and her trumpet makes a silly sound. Her juggling ball hits the ground. Her hat flies off and pants fall down. And brown cow flops down. And they are the four sentences sequenced in the order they happen in the story. So your task is, in your books you've got at home, I'd like you to copy the events into the correct order. Okay, so you're going to be writing today's date and then you'll be putting 1 and then writing which sentence comes first in the story. Then 2, which sentence comes first and the second in the story. Third one and then the fourth one. Okay, so remember to do your beautiful cursive handwriting and those finger spaces between each word, and don't forget each sentence needs to start with a capital letter and end with a full stop. Right, so you pause your video and then you'll be able to write your sentences into the correct order into your books. And here's what your book should look like. Her tricycle spins around and her trumpet makes a silly sound. Her juggling balls hit the ground. Her hat flies off and pants fall down. And brown cow flops down. And that's the order you should have recorded into your books. Give yourself a tick if you have got them in that correct order. Right, that's it for this week. Look forward to joining you next week for our next book for guided reading. Have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.